everyone, it's Jess again. Today I'm going to share with you an anti-haul. I haven't done one of these in a while. Isn't this a weird shirt? I forgot I owned it. It's a maternity shirt, which is good because whew, I need the room. But it like ties on the sleeves, so I had to like go into Tyler's office. I'm like, Tyler, will you tie my sleeves? Anyways, but it's comfy. I forgot I owned it. Glad I now remember that I owned it. Anyway, these, before you even ask, the earrings are from Target. I think I got them on clearance. And then on my lips, I'm wearing L'Oreal's Coloration Matte Lip Liner in 108. And then the Bare Minerals lipstick in Alpha. It's the only bright pink lipstick I own currently. So it's really, really moisturizing. It's one that, you know, you'd have to reapply throughout the day, but I really like it. I think it's fun. All right, so my anti-haul. So the idea of an anti-haul is not to bash brands. It is not to, okay, at least in my sphere, the reason I'm doing anti-hauls, it's for fun. I'm just trying to share with you products that I'm not interested in trying. These are not products I have tried before. I'll try to explain my reasoning. Sometimes I just don't want to buy some because I just don't want to buy it. It's my opinion. And I know we all have our own opinions, and that's cool. That's great. So if I mention not wanting a product and you love it, or a brand, doesn't mean I hate that brand or that, you know, I'm just having fun with this. I literally just pulled up Sephora and then I clicked the new tab and we are scrolling down together and I'm just finding things that I have no interest in buying. So my favorite reason for doing anti-hauls, and the reason I also watch anti-hauls, is because I think it's a good practice to really be critical about what's being thrown out there for us product-wise, why they think we want it, and to really be cognizant of, why are you buying it? Why are we buying these products? Why are brands still coming out with these? Because people are buying them. So really to think deeply about yourself as a consumer, and, you know, are you just falling for all this hype because it's a new collection? Well, the thing about new collections is, and I already know what I'm going to be starting with, is when they're like a limited edition collection. Well, if you are buying it so you can share with other people, like, oh yeah, I love this palette. Well, after a little while, they're not gonna be able to buy it anyway. And so I'll watch YouTubers makeup collections and they have all these limited edition palettes, and they're like, well, but I can't really use this in a tutorial anymore because it was limited edition. I can't use this. And I'm like, and that is why, like, if you're a YouTuber like me or a blogger or whatever, when it comes to makeup, I really don't buy like any limited edition. Like, it's very rare. Might get sent stuff, but it is very rare for me to actually go out and buy limited edition stuff. I buy a lot of things with my own money, both drugstore and high-end. Every month I'm buying things, but it's very rarely limited edition for that reason. So the first one I'm definitely not gonna buy is the Tarte Be a Mermaid and Make Waves eyeshadow palette. This is $42. The clamshell, how adorable. It is adorable. It is. The colors, they're pretty. A lot of neutrals, but they've got some fun pops of color. I'm sure it is gorgeous. I've seen some swatches and they look really pretty. But again, it's one of those limited edition collections that is centered around mermaids or unicorns or fairies. And I know that a lot of you guys out there love that. That's awesome. I love really, like, I have a weird obsession with things that have to do with ancient Egypt. But if every makeup company started coming out with ancient Egypt palettes, like tons of them, I'd be like, okay, this is a little too much, even for me who likes ancient Egypt. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, any of these kinds of collections, I'm just done with. I'm done with the mermaids, I'm done with the festivals, I'm done with the fairies and all of that. I don't know that I ever cared about them to begin with, to be honest, but here we are, and a million collections later. This is gonna be a weird one for me to mention, but something I know I'm not gonna buy is the Briogeo Scalp Revival Charcoal Peppermint Oil Cooling Jelly Conditioner. I freaking love Briogeo hair products. Like, it's probably one of my top 3 favorite hair brands. But I already love their Scalp Revival Micro Exfoliating Shampoo because I feel like it's a really deep shampoo. I only use it like once a week. Even my husband, I think, uses it. I say I think because now I'm like, have I asked him if he uses it? It's fair game if it's in the shower, but I wonder if he's tried it. And I love that stuff. But for me, I don't want let me rephrase. I don't need a scalp treatment. I just don't. I don't have a problem with dandruff at this point in my life. And so because of that, I don't feel like I also need the scalp conditioner. And for $36, I'd much rather focus that on, like, for me, I need more moisture in my hair. That's more my problem. So the Briogeo deep conditioning mask they have, that I'd rather spend the $36 on instead of on this conditioner. So it's not really bashing that product per se. It's just something that I know that even if I saw 10 other YouTubers talk about, and that's another thing we all do. You watch a bunch of YouTubers talk about a product and you're like, oh, that sounds amazing, I need that. So you buy it and then you realize, oh wait, but I don't have scalp problems or dandruff problems. And I know, like, for myself, for the longest time, I would watch people talk about, you know, like this amazing highlighter and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I need it. So I'd go buy it. And then I would get the highlighter and realize this does not work for my skin tone at all. And we've got to be more aware of that because we get so hyped up. I mean, I am a YouTuber, I get it. But you know, just being aware of, like, okay, all of those 5 YouTubers that love that are a little bit deeper than I am. Do I really think this highlighter is going to work for me? Or do I really need a scalp dandruff conditioner or not? Just because they all love it doesn't mean I even need it. Okay. All right. I'm laughing because this is insane. This is the Natasha de Nona Tropic Eyeshadow Palette. This is $129. Now, with that being said, I have spent that much on a palette. I did buy the Star palette. Very late to the game. Ask me how often I use this. Not very often. Now that I've curated my collection a little bit more, I want to use it more often. These are so expensive. These shadows are gorgeous. They are. And I am sure that these bright colors are probably abso-freaking-lutely stunning. But for $129, you had better freaking love bright colors and wear them every single day. Because these are neutral, in my opinion, and I still don't wear them every day. And I'm like, I've got to get my money's worth. I do. Like I said, they're good shadows. But to spend over $100 on something that you're going to wear from time to time is crazy. No matter how many YouTubers tell you they love it, it is beautiful. I've seen it swatched. It is gorgeous. But that doesn't mean you yourself need it. So just keep that in mind. And with that in mind, I see right above it, Natasha de Nona has her mini sunset eyeshadow palette. So even though those aren't quite the same colors, if you're just dying to try Natasha de Nona shadows, that's $25. It's a lot more feasible. You could find colors that hopefully you actually like the sunset one looks like more of a warm tone without having to spend $129. I will spend money on some things like skincare. I might groan and all this about spending a lot of money on skincare, but at the end of the day, I'll do it because I know how important good skincare is. But for bright eyeshadows, I don't know. Now I'm gonna say something, and it's about a brand that I've mentioned before that I really like the brand. I do. I think they're a classy brand. I've talked about why I think they're a classy brand in the past, so I'm not gonna go into all of that. But one thing I could not spend my own money on is Tatcha. They have this Luminous Dewy Skin Mask. It is $12. Now, in all fairness, they sent me this mask. And I was like, ooh, this is really cool. I mean, what a cool idea, like a luminous mask. Well, I haven't tried it yet, so it may be amazing. But to spend $12 on a mask that you are going to throw away after one use, I can't swallow that. I just can't. And so even if I tried it and thought, oh my gosh, this is amazing, I might share that with you guys, but I would have to share the caveat that $12 for something you're going to throw away after one use is insane to me. That's just crazy. Right? I mean, and it might have amazing skincare ingredients, but I would rather, instead of buying like, let's say 3 of those masks for $36, I'd rather buy a nicer serum for like $30 or $40 where I can use that serum for like a month or 2 months and not just one time. So that's where I just like takes your breath away. And when I saw that they sent it to me, I was all excited. And then I looked at the price and I was like, whoa. So I'm literally saving that for like a very special occasion. Like maybe when I go have this baby, maybe I'll bring it. And so like the next morning I'll put it on and be like, I deserve this. I deserve this $12 ridiculously priced mask. All right. Now that being said, I've tried other Tatcha products and I really, really like them. I'm using actually a lot of their skincare right now. Their rice powder I'm using as my cleanser and my skin is looking nice. I'm using their Camellia cleansing oil right now again. Also not going to be buying the Sephora collection holographic face and cheek palette, $28. Same reason as I said before. I'm over the holographic thing. Frankly, I don't know that I ever really liked it because it's not my makeup taste. I get that it's some people's, and frankly, I'll look at people on Instagram and I'm like, oh my gosh, they look amazing. And they have these, you know, holographic eyeshadow and highlight and whatever, but it's not me, and I know that about myself. So I've never really cared about it. I've never spent my own money on it, and I don't know that I've ever really recommended much from any sort of holographic line. I don't know that I've recommended anything. But now Sephora has one and it's new, and I'm like, ooh, phew, a little late there, but it looks like it's got like a blue, I'm gonna click on this one, because it looks like it's got some blush tones, but then, okay, so it's got matte blushes in it, and then you've got these holographic pearl things on top, and it's green, blue, and pink. So typically that's the kind of thing that once you put it on, it, you know, takes on this kind of holographic or iridescent maybe kind of a look, and you can put it on top of the blush, you can wear it as highlight, whatever. Kevyn Aucoin had a similar thing, and I was like, what? It's like, it was like their prismatic palette. They sent it to me and I got rid of it pretty quickly because I swatched it and I was like, what? Like, I'm never gonna wear that on my face, but I know so many of you guys do, and it looks amazing. So props to you, but this is something I am going to pass on knowing that it's not my style. This one's gonna be a little controversial, but one thing I'm not gonna be buying is the NARS Narcissus Wanted Cheek Palette. I've never bought NARS cheek palettes. I have wanted them. I've looked at them a lot and swatched them, and they're always really nice. I really like NARS blushes, but I never reach for blush palettes. The only blush palette I feel like I ever reach for, and frankly, it's the only one I kept after my declutter, is this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Volume 3. Because it's not just a blush palette, it has everything else. I've traveled with this a lot. Again, I think this was like a limited edition, but they sent it to me and I use it all the time. Well, a true blush palette, I never reach for because there's, you know, 6 shades that some of them will work for me, some of them won't. And so then I feel like I'm getting not enough use out of it. And to me, again, knowing myself, I know that I won't get enough use out of it, so it's just not worth the $59 price tag, no matter how amazing the blushes are. So if you know yourself and you've got a drawer full of face palettes and you don't use them, don't buy another freaking face palette. Stop yourself because you know you're not gonna use it. You might use it a ton the first 3 weeks you own it, and then that'll be it. And you know that that's true, and it's gonna sit in your drawer. The Benefit Cosmetics Gold Rush Blush. I'm not gonna be buying that one. It has an overspray over it, and instantly I'm like, why? Why? Why are companies still putting oversprays on stuff? I get that it looks pretty, but then you get through it and it's just totally a different product. Like, that just seems so cheap to me. It does. And even really expensive brands will do that. And I'm like, why? Like, why are we not past this yet? Now, if I ever did try it, like, oh, I'm dying, like maybe a ton of you guys are like, please review it, I'm dying to know what it's like, I would probably buy the mini size for $15. But it kind of looks like Rockateur, honestly. Just a peachy shade with a little bit of glimmer. There are 1,000 of those out there. You don't need to spend, what is the, yeah, $29. You don't need to spend $30 to find a blush that performs the way those do. Now, I do like Benefit blushes. My freaking, honestly, might be my favorite blush of all time is the Dallas blush. It's amazing. It looks like a bronzer. It looks super boring, but I do love it. So I get that appeal, and I get the appeal of the Benefit box blushes. Like, for the longest time I had all of them and I loved being able to look at them and smell them. But at the end of the day, I really wasn't using them because it's the same blush as you can get at the drugstore. So for that reason, I'm out. Anyone else watch Shark Tank? My husband and I are obsessed with that show. And I think I was watching 11th Gorgeous the other day, and one of them said, and for that reason, I'm out. And I was like, Shark Tank, like instantly. So those are all of the products that for right now I'm gonna pass on. I don't have a desire to try for one reason or another. I hope I explained myself well. And like I said, this video is just for fun. Sorry. It's just for fun. It's not meant to, you know, bash on brands or anything. It's just sharing my thoughts on, you know, all these kinds of things that are out there right now and the different trends that are out there. I would love to know maybe 1 or 2 products that you have no interest in trying. Like another one that just popped in my head, that new, what's that chocolate? It's a Too Faced chocolate palette, but it's like got the gold all over it. I have no interest in that one either, right? Like those kinds of things that you look at and you're like, I don't get it. Like, I don't care how many people say they love it. I don't care to try it. I'm already over it just from seeing it once. So let me know what those are down below, because I'm always interested in knowing your guys' thoughts too. So if you enjoyed this kind of video, give it a thumbs up so I know, and I hope you'll subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. And other than that, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.